Hi, everybody. Welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel and welcome to my double chin. A little bit's changed on the channel, just some business items to go through. I shaved my beard and I'm ditching the cowboy hat. And I want to explain why. Okay. There's more to it than just changing the look of my channel. But if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video. If you end up liking it, hit the notification bell and feel free to share it to anyone that you think this message might affect or anyone that needs to hear this. So, as you know, I live in Kansas, and just a little while ago, we had a special devotional for Kansas and Oklahoma. And there was one talk in particular by Sister Wendy Nelson that really kind of struck me mainly because she shared the story of this guy that felt like he needed to prepare himself for the future. And if I remember right, I think it had to do with like just kind of getting ready for the second coming. And one thing that he felt inspired to do, he felt that he felt the spirit and that he needed to shave his beard. And when I heard that, I was just like, well, I haven't felt the spirit, so maybe that's just for him. And anyway, the point is, like, first he kind of like he like trimmed his beard down so it was shorter, and he was struggling with like different things, like, well, Christ himself had a beard, and prophets, Brigham Young, he had a beard, and having a beard isn't inherently wrong. It's not like a sin to have a beard. And he was just kind of working out all these different justifications, and I kind of went through the same process. I didn't initially feel the spirit myself, but maybe that's because I would get that message first through Sister Nelson when she gave that talk, and then afterwards I felt the spirit, and it stuck with me. And I kind of I kind of went through the same kind of process. When I started this channel, I wanted the theme and kind of like the brand of the channel, so to speak, to be, about homesteading. And I thought it'd be fun to wear a cowboy hat, uh, you know, but so that was kind of like a problem for me. But I kept thinking about it. I prayed about it. Okay. I prayed about it, and I felt like it was the right thing to do. And I think there's several reasons for that. For one, you know, the messages that I'm sharing here on my channel, they're spiritual in nature and they have to do with the church. And I don't want that to get mixed in with like an eccentric appearance, right? I don't want somebody to look at me and be like, what's this guy with a cowboy hat? Like, why should I listen to him? That looks like a weirdo. And and that might be true whether I wear a cowboy hat or not. But I don't want my appearance to detract from the things that I'm studying, the things that I'm sharing on the channel. I want to stay within the mainstream of the church because that's where safety is at. Uh, I think both temporal and spiritual safety is staying in the mainstream of the church. And some people, I can already, hear it. Some people are going to be like, well, are you going to let the prophet's wife tell you everything that you can do and take away your individuality? And it doesn't take away my individuality. I'm not a beard and I'm not a cowboy hat. There is so much more to me and to you. Essentially, by our very nature, we are infinite. At the very core, there's so much to us. Changing a tiny, tiny little aspect of my appearance does not bother me at all, especially when I'm receiving almost kind of like a suggestion from the prophet's wife. She may not be the prophet, but she's his wife and she's privy to a lot of things, and she's a very spiritual woman. And I'm sure in the pre-existence, that was kind of maybe worked out. I'm not like trying to introduce the idea of like soulmates, but I think that there are probably some things that we knew back in pre-existence, and I'm sure that she's a very, very, very valiant spirit, if nothing else, and she feels the spirit. And so anyway, I would encourage you to do the same thing. Maybe this is like what President Nelson said when he was talking about the Salt Lake Temple. Maybe this is one of the pieces of old debris that I needed to get rid of in my preparation for the second coming. And I would invite you to do the same. Look at yourself, look at what you need to do spiritually inside yourself, habits, pet sins maybe that you're entertaining. Do the work to get your house cleared out and get it ready for the coming of the Lord. And that could also be on the outside as well. You know, I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong about having a beard. And I don't think that that's what Sister Nelson thinks. I don't think that's what the church teaches. But I think it is appropriate to have that kind of appearance right now at this point in time. I don't know what things will be like during the millennium. Maybe the style then, the mainstream will be to have a beard. But I think the important thing is to not let our appearances go too extreme, because then it starts to take away from important things that we have to say, right? Think about your friends, your personal life. Think about when you meet strangers, you know. Appearance means a lot. You know, I was in the Army, and in the Army and in the military as a whole, appearance is very, very, very important, you know. Could you imagine if we had a military where they didn't take great pride in their uniforms and their dress uniforms, and it was just all just kind of sloppy and whatever? There's a reason why they put that much importance in stress appearance so much. It helps give us confidence. It helps give them themselves confidence, and it helps put the idea in your mind that this is serious and exactness is important. You know, one of the big themes in the Army is paying attention to detail, because if you don't, it could mean somebody's life. So we need to be exact. It makes me think about that talk. I can't remember who gave it, but they were talking about the temple standard and how in constructing a temple, everything has to be precise and it has to be at a temple standard, not just the standard for any old building. You know, and we are temples of God, and we're preparing for the Lord to come again. So I've decided to make this change. I hope that maybe it inspires you to make whatever changes you need to do. You know, I'm not just trying to fit in. I'm not doing it for social reasons. I'm doing it for spiritual reasons. And I'm glad that Sister Nelson shared that story, you know, and so I took it to heart, and that's what I'm doing. So I just want to leave that with you. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you like it. Please share it. I'd like for my story to maybe help others who are struggling with something similar. And I'll talk to you guys later.